Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is the Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games in a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. If you like what you see, remember to hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Pro Cycling Manager 2018. This is Career Mode, and it's week 46 of the Gaming Decathlon competition. This is episode number 3 in this new Career Mode series. I'm taking this Decathlon Gamer team with the Nike sponsorship from the bowels of Continental up through the ranks. I have no rider with an average better than 66 on the entire team. And it's comprised mostly of sprinters, so at least I've got one area of strength from which to work with.
One and all. The profile of this race is quite flat. Expect a fast pace from the peloton.
Alright, so this is a one and done race. I think this is the kind of race that does favor sprinters. I don't think these hills are going to be too bad, so I'm not worried about getting someone into the break.
Probability it won't come to much, but who knows? It's an attack.
And with that, I think we'll see. Garrison's looking good today. Granigan's looking good as well, but Granigan's not a strong sprinter. Neither is Anderson, so we'll get Garrison protected. Brown's not a strong sprinter. Wraith is looking excellent today, so we'll get him covered down. And then we've got Warren. And Wachtendorf is the other one as well, so we'll get, let's see, 62, 63, 63, 65. So Brown will cover Wachtendorf. Warren will be on his own, but that'll be that fourth member. Okay, what's the distance? We've got 144K to go in this one. So not the longest stage that we would be covering in the season, nowhere near, but good little distance. So there's the sprint at the end. Not much of a wind to deal with. Here's that climb coming up. I didn't really get a good look at it last time. How much damage is this going to do? None. Shouldn't be doing any. 5% is the maximum gradient. And we only have to hit that, 7 times? We've already gone up over it twice. It will do some damage the last couple times through when the pace is a lot higher. Let's see. Warren's my free element right now, so he's going to go ahead and go fetch water. And we're sticking through throughout this one. It's a pretty short stage. It's going to happen quickly, so you can see the work that gets done on a typical stage. But most of the stages from here on out will be cutting from beginning to end of stage, to where the action intensifies, so we can get a bit more within the episode. Though, just a quick note, the next couple of episodes are going to be a little bit shorter than the normal episode, because I'm currently in the midst of a transition. My wife and I are moving into a new house shortly from now, and that's affecting the time that I have. Plus, I'm going to have to wait a few days before I get set back up after we get moved in terms of internet. And so I'm trying to get things posted in advance, ahead of time. At the same time, I am packing and dealing with some business licensing stuff as well. So I'm busy. So busy time period. And likewise, I am a coach, and We've just gotten season underway, and we are in the midst of tryouts right now. So, that's just one more thing, in the mix. So. Alright, so Warren's going to get water for the last time here, and Granigan, what are you doing way in the back?
He's off on his own. The team sponsor won't be disappointed.
Oh, because Garrison went and got water. Well, that wasn't supposed to work like that.
They're moving along at a fair lick. You've just got to hang on.
That was my bad. I think I might have had everybody selected still. Alright, well, we are getting down to the end. We've got 33k to go. There's a breakaway of just 4 riders, and they've only got half a minute on us. You can see them just ahead now.
There's an attack in the group at the front.
Alright, let's see. I'm going to stop it now, and things have changed from where it used to be. You used to only be able to go the last 16k, but now you can go anywhere. So Wraith looking probably the best today, and Garrison's the other one. There we go, and Wachtendorf, yeah. Okay, so Wraith is going to follow Wachtendorf, who's going to follow Garrison, who's going to follow Warren, and then we got other guys. So what do we got? Brown. Granigan's alright, so we'll get Granigan, and looking pretty strong today too. And Anderson, and Brown's going to go first. Mostly because these guys are on that +2. I think them to be a little bit stronger. And Brown. Start working towards the front. How we doing? Falling in. Granigan's getting into position still, but otherwise everybody's where they need to be. So let's step it up. Brown, 21k to go. We are going to up the tempo here. No problem catching those 4. This will be a matter of us pulling away. So let's go ahead and use our energy gel now for Brown. I'll use Anderson's here shortly. Okay, there we go for Anderson.
The pack has just reeled in the escape group.
Alright, put Brown back on auto. Their work is done. Breakaway is caught. We've got 16k to go. Anderson now leading the way. I've got 6 riders, and we've already split the field. It's down to 21 riders giving chase, so they are not keeping pace with us, which is excellent. Granigan, it's your turn. Okay, back to auto for Anderson. Job well done. Well, Peloton's back together for now, so the split was temporary. But we definitely have an edge right now, as I've got the first 5 riders in line from the looks of things. Okay, here's that little climb. So I'm going to leave Granigan on the front for a little bit, and now Warren's going to attack, but we're going to go with a 93.
There are some legs that just can't take the speed anymore. The riders are being left behind.
This is where it's going to split the field, and sure enough, it is doing exactly that. Alright, now Warren with just 20 riders. Step it back up here. 8k to go. Garrison, it's your turn now. Alright, now the only thing is I'm down to 3 riders, and there's still 5.5k to go, so I'm a little bit low on where I wanted to be, but I've got the whole group down to, so we're going to go 96 now, 4k. Last little uphill, 96. Oh, here comes Warren again. Nice. Alright, Sprint Wachtendorf. Wraith. Get ready, and Wraith. Wraith around the corner, and go. For the win? No, here goes the real sprinter. Vanderpool. Of course Vanderpool's here. Vanderpool's been the thorn in my side so far this season. Way, way, way stronger than any of my riders. I set that up perfectly. I mean, there's only 20 riders left. I'm all over the top 10, 15 riders here. But I just can't out-sprint those guys no matter how well I set it up. So Wraith takes 4th place, which is a really good result considering I am a weak team. I do manage to also pick up 10th with Wachtendorf, the lead out mount. And then Garrison comes in 14th and Warren in 18th. That's worth points. It would really be nice to get a win because that would be worth a whole lot more. But without any true sprinters, I mean, we're looking at Wraith's attributes bottom left right now. Even with the plethora of +2s, he's still only a sprinter of 69 and acceleration of 69, even with those bonuses. So wins are going to be hard to come by. They truly are. I mean, that was a great lead out. We did it. I went at the right time. I just was out sprinted by actual sprinters. But I'm happy with that result. Alright, so we are going to move into March. It's the last day of February, so we're going to get some results, especially on the financial summary, balance, see where we're at. All right, financial summary, bank account is at 51,000. We picked up 290. It's not much, but looking at the finances, we actually were a negative that month, were we? Let's see. So that whole month we picked up just over $2,000, which means we brought in just over 50,000, and we spent 46. Oh, and then we had the close monitoring, so 51,000. So balance was right about even. So no worries. We spent an extra 5,000 that month. This will be a challenge, though, to keep our sponsor happy, to keep them content with a team with this lack of quality. And I'm definitely going to need to make changes heading into next season. No doubt about it, if we are going to find any sort of success. All right, Granigan, what's your deal? Let's go back, take a look. And I have 6 riders registered at the moment, so I have a spot to fill. Let's see what is up with Griffin's out with his broken rib. That's why we have the extra spot. And Granigan does not feel well. We may leave Granigan at home. Actually, might as well. Even though he's only raced 3 days so far, we'll get him out there at some point. He's our weakest rider anyway, so Granigan's going to stay at home, and in his stead, let's look at the profile first. Okay, similar, but this is a lot punchier. You can see it undulates a lot. And Nasser Bouani. Bouani's there. Okay, so there's your winner. But I could still squeeze maybe a top 6 here. So that depends on what we have right now. Harris. Alright, let's bring Harris. Yeah, not worried about that. Granigan staying home. And then Simpson. Alright. I want to bring a full team. As we saw in the last one, I used every rider in that sprint train, so pulling it together. Alright, well, this time you can see we're facing the same sort of circumstances, but this undulates a bit more. There's a lot more up and down. So at 182K, I will bring things in a little bit sooner. Nasser Bouani is almost, you could almost hand him the victory now, but I'll be fighting to get into a top 5 here. And I'll see you maybe around this point with a few climbs left to go. Alright, we're back. We've got 2 times over the climb left to go. And you can see from a quick look at my team and the stamina, it's a pretty good pace that's being run here. And it is definitely taking its toll on the group. We've got just over 30K to go. And the first group of riders are starting to get dropped off the back. But I've still got my full team up here near the front. So we're in a pretty good position. I'm going to wait until after this time over the climb, though, to change things up. There's a breakaway group of 7 riders that is still nearly a minute ahead. And actually, we just caught our first glimpse of them off in the distance before they turned at this intersection here. And Peloton just split just now. Looks like Rim and Simpson are going to be dropped here very soon. Probably before the end of this climb, or at least they're not going to be put into the train at least. I'll wait a little bit longer to form up. Does look like the split is staying split, at least for now, as Peloton is down to 49 riders. Alright, I think this is a good time to form up here. Peloton is actually still shrinking yet further. So we're going to put everybody to 99. I'm going to put Simpson to auto. No, that's not your job there, Simpson. And Rim's already been dropped. So Wachtendorf is my main sprinter. And Gibbons is my secondary. So Gibbons. And then Harris. I think, yes, Harris. And then Garrison. Garrison's going to follow Warren. And I guess Simpson could just give me whatever he's got left. Yeah, Simpson's at the front right now. So never mind that. You're going to go on, let's say, a 93. And at least give us that first lead out, trying to get us to the front of the peloton, as we've got a good 10-15 riders to pass here. So let's use your gel now. Rim's already been dropped, as Rim is now to that chase group of 18 riders. And yeah, oh, we came back together momentarily, but the group is now together, and there goes Simpson with whatever he had left. So let's call that a job well done. You almost got us to the front. Okay, come on, Warren. I want you out front. Oh, Garrison, don't lose the wheel, buddy. This is why I want to get them out front. Alright, so we've made it to the front, but as you can see, I'm already down to just 4 riders left. And we've still got 16k to go, so I just want to keep near the front here is really all I want from these guys. And that means I've got to back off because we're not really making it. Garrison recovering a little bit. Peloton is at 39 riders. That breakaway group has been caught. The group behind us is a minute and a half down. They will not catch us. Now just 22 riders left. Oh, there goes an attack group. That's not mine to catch. Wow, Ed Ace here. There's Buani. So, Kofidis is here with a really strong team. It's their job to catch. Ooh, Harris, you were supposed to be attacking. Why weren't you attacking? Alright, well, we are up over the top, so that's good. But now I feel like I have to chase, as Kofidis has got somebody away. So they're not going to chase. Last little uphill section there, and now it's pretty much flat or downhill from this point on. Gibbons ready here. Harris not much left here. He's going to be out soon.
Falling behind. A team leader is falling behind.
All right, so Gibbons, 2.5k to go. But we are still behind. There's still 3 riders there. It's going to be a really, really tough to get into the top 10 kind of situation, as I'm down to just these last 2 guys. And Foxendorf, I sent him a little too late. The other sprinters all went. Gibbons actually pulling away from him. I'm not even going to get in the top 10, am I? 4 riders ended up staying away. Chateau gets the win for Kofidis. Kofidis all over the front. Buani gets the best of everybody else. No surprise there. Just surprising that they didn't keep everyone else together just to pull that off. Gibbons gets 12th. Wachtendorf 13th. So I can't even crack the top 10 here. This was definitely not my best stage. But at least I get 2 guys into the top 13 and Harris in 20th. One step at a time, though. It really takes perfect conditions for me to get anything out of this team that I'm working with, really, essentially. So yeah, 12 and 13. And Kofidis crushed that one. So, Perry Troy is next. Alright, so we are on to a stage that is for the sprinters, but definitely not all the sprinters, because some sprinters could very well be left behind before the end of this stage. This could be a pretty small group left by the time we reach the finish line. And looking up and down my team, race day condition, not so good. Not so good. Easter, supposed to be one of my sprinters, -3. Wraith, -1, but luckily for him, it's pretty level. Harris is looking decent today. Breakaway group of 5 riders, now just under a minute as they are being caught with 40k to go. And we see the peloton is actually breaking apart a bit. Not full on, as it's still coming back together again, but the tiredness in the legs beginning to show itself. And we see quite a few of the riders like Brown already suffering quite a bit. Anderson as well.
riders were not giving it their all and sharing the pace. The breakaway is not to everybody's liking. The peloton has significantly increased its speed.
Harris having the most trouble keeping up, which is hopefully not going to be too much of a problem. Only a couple more climbs to get up and over, and we're just about over this one now. Wait a few K more, especially with most of the pelotons still together.
The lead over the pack is dwindling. A couple of teams have set themselves up as pacemakers for the pack.
Cofidis is here, but I don't think I saw Buoni on the rider list. Alright, I want to get organized before the climb. There we go, so let's do that now with 19K left to go. Okay, so Ray's still my strongest guy. Harris next strongest today, so we'll follow him. Easter after that. Now it's going to be more about who's got the legs. And that's Simpson and Rim and Anderson and then Brown. And Brown's going to give a small attack here, just a 90. Let's see, how are they forming together so far? They're looking decent. Brown, this is enough to make his way towards the front at least. Ooh, Easter, what are you doing? Way back here, dude. Alright, looks like 4 riders trying to get away, but they can't, so good timing for me there. Not 99, but Wraith is done. Anderson helped pull the group. Here is that climb. It does rise a little bit before the finish line, but here we are already up the climb. So job done there. Ooh, Rim's not much left here for Rim. 13K to go. And I've got a pretty tired team here. We can see the peloton has shrunk significantly. But we need to get back together here, guys. Get back together.
10 kilometers remaining, and they keep on attacking. Anyone that's low on gas definitely won't be able to keep
now,
up.
Rim, he's done. Simpson, time to attack. 9K.
Closing on the last 8 kilometers of the stage, which will most likely end up
And I've
in
got
the
4
last
riders. And there goes Simpson, just like that. These guys are not doing too well today here. Easter, 6K to go. Again, I'm just running out of energy, running through a crowd.
remaining.
Harris already pulling Wraith with 4.5K to go. So this is going to be a difficult one for me to get much of anything out of this. But we're down to a small group of 14 riders left now. And Harris is hanging on long enough just about here to get us away. Okay, Wraith is going to have to attack himself now, which is terrible. But sprint, sprint, sprint. Get in! Oh, he ran out too soon. Couldn't make it to the finish line. For a second, I thought he had it. 6 riders, though, so that's 5th. I managed to pull off 5th place. That's good. Wraith gets 5th. For a second, I thought he had it, but he ran out of juice too soon. We absolutely split the field, which was awesome. That's what it took. Harris comes across 13th.
We're waiting for the tailenders who continue to arrive.
And look at that piecemeal. group. They're coming in small chunks. Brown comes across 95th, still ahead of a good chunk of the riders. So ends up being a really good result despite not being a really good result, right? Had hope there for a second, but about 75 meters too early on the sprint. But again, Wraith was kind of stuck on his own as I lost everybody else just before the end. And they do put they put one split in the group. They were coming across in 4s and 5s, not together at all, but it really doesn't matter the time. It's all about the position here. It's not a stage race. And so we pick up another result. You can see the sponsors getting a little bit happier. But we have our next objective, our second of the year, coming up here in our next race. So the Popularissima is coming up a week from now. It's going to be totally flat. And so this is very much one that I can have some success on. The objective is to finish inside the top 10. All right, we pick up with a sponsor objective of top 10 in this race. You can see it from the profile, it's totally flat. There are actually still 60K to go in this one. But I pick it up here because the pace has been pretty hot, and a lot of riders have suffered a bit, and at times even on an 80, my guys have been sliding backwards. And you can see that the pace actually just backed off a little bit here, and things kind of came back together. But this is a big one for me as I need to get in the top 10 to keep up the sponsor happiness. And a lot of the stage race ones, they want me to get stage victories, and that's not going to happen. So even with a top 3, it makes our sponsor pretty upset. So I have to get these top 10s where I can, otherwise I'm going to really struggle with sponsor happiness throughout the year. All the non-objective races, getting those top 5s, getting those top 10s there, those slowly boost up our profile. But it's these objective ones that have the biggest impact. So we see some of the guys that are leading out, Easter, Granigan, already getting pretty tired. But our main sprinters are still quite fresh. Wachtendorf, though, -3 today. So Wachtendorf might not be my go-to guy. I might rely on Wraith and Gibbons and have Wachtendorf be a lead-out guy today, as he's definitely weaker than normal. So breakaway group of 5 riders are still a minute 15 away. We're going to speed things along a little bit, get a little closer, and see a few of the things are a little glitchy here. Banner, a team car, kind of just hanging out in the middle of the road. But otherwise, we've got a nice crowd for today's event. No Cofidis, so that helps my chances a bit. I still have yet to grab a win at this point. We are now under 40K, and I'm gonna up our effort level just to make sure that we are able to keep our position.
The lead over the pack is dwindling. The pack is increasing.
30K to go, and there's a split, and it's back together. Okay, 26K to go. Okay, we've nearly caught the breakaway group, and the peloton is seeing those little splits again. Alright, we are under 20K to go. I think it's time we get set up here. So we'll bring everyone together. So Wachtendorf, it's not hurting the sprint and acceleration, but it is hurting everything else. You can see even here he's a little more tired. So I think Wraith, yeah. Wraith looks stronger today, so we'll put him back. Gibbons, follow Wachtendorf. Wachtendorf's going to follow Garrison, and then we'll go with who's got the legs, which is Warren. And then Grant again. And Easter. Even on a +1, Easter's actually looking weak today. And Easter's the stronger of these sprinters, but he's got a job to do. So we're going to use that gel now. Up that effort cursor. We'll start with a 92. And hopefully the team can form up here pretty quick. And they seem to be, other than Grant again. Don't lose Easter's wheel. There you go. Peloton is at 39 riders, and it looks like that gap is not coming down, actually. We just lost a group off the back, but they fell into the next group quite quickly. So 16K to go. Team car just hanging out. Broke down in the middle of the road. This banner's pulling a... Oh, let's see. What was that? 2 years ago? Was that Adam?
One of the motorcyclists says that a rider is down. Apparently, he didn't interfere with the race.
Alright, so Easter's job is done. We're down to 13K. So I got 3K out of him at the front. So 3, 6, 9, 12. Yeah, that's a good number. So let's go up to 95. Breakaway group is caught. Anyway, Adam Blythe.
The finish line is getting close. The riders just passed the 10 kilometers road sign.
10K to go. Grant again, you're done. It's time to go 96 now.
It'll probably be a mass sprint finish.
Warren, good lead out here. Warren's giving us a real good gap. Peloton shrinking just like that. 7K to go. Okay, Garrison, your turn. And we're going 97 now. Warren, job done. Thank you. Okay, 4 riders left. Still shrinking things down. We're going to go to a 98. We're really pushing the front here. And now 99. Wachtendorf, give me what you got, buddy. 3K, and I'm almost off the front here. Okay, here comes the real sprint train. Wow, look how fast they were. I was at a 99. Sprint, 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 sprint. Go, buddy. Go, Wachtendorf. No, there goes Wraith. There goes Wraith. That's a top 6. Top 6. That is team objective met. 6th place. All right, all right. Wachtendorf comes in 8th as well for good measure. And Gibbons, 10th. The objective was top 10. I got 3 guys inside the top 10. So excellent result there. Garrison also comes in 13th. I might not be able to win a sprint against the real sprinters, but I can certainly beat out the majority of the field and squeeze my way into those top 10s, one after another after another. So, job well done. Objective met. I got the whole team inside the top 34. That's a handy result. So we're going to check in real quick on the points and see where we're at as a team, both in the Continental standings and in the Super Prestige standings. And see how our sponsor Nike is feeling after that one. Oh, nice big boost. We were just below the green line, a little bit into the yellow, and now we're about the same distance to the green. So that was a very healthy boost to the sponsor confidence. Oh, excuse me. And into the results. The standings. Still well away. It's only the middle of March, but made it about a month here in this episode. So Chris Froome leading the way so far on 900 points. Greipel is second, and Groenewegen just a couple points behind him. So good start for those guys. And It's very early though, but in the Continental standings, Timothy DuPont of Wanty Group Gobert is on top, ahead of Nasser Bouani. There is Vanderpool, who has been crushing it in most of the races that I'm taking on, getting a lot of wins. Little surprised that Brian Cockard is this low. You would think that Cockard would be a bit higher. And are you kidding me, Warren Barguil? Well, maybe we haven't seen you in any big races just yet, but considering that you are very capable of top 15s, top 20s amongst the world tours in stage races, you should be a bit higher ranked here, right? Okay, so Jacob Wraith is the highest from my team in the Continental rankings, in 36th on 77 points currently. In the Super Prestige, Chris Froome leads the way, Groenewegen second, Gaviria, who came out of nowhere in this 2018 season and just dominated, or at least to me he came out of nowhere. I was very unfamiliar with him until very early in this 2018 season, and what he and Quick-Step Floors, what they pulled off this season was phenomenal. In terms of victories, yeah, there you go. Vanderpool, 12 wins, just tearing it up. Wow. Wow. Chris Froome has 5 wins. That's pretty awesome too, especially this early in the year, as Chris Froome notoriously starts his preparations a little bit late in the year. All right, so on to the team. Team Sky leading the way, Quick-Step second. All the usual suspects in the top 17. AG2R at the bottom right now, in 19th. Continental, Cofidis leading the way, Wanty Group Gobert. Those two are very, very dominant. Corendon doing quite well with Vanderpool. My team, no sign of us at the moment. There we are, 31st with 115 points. And in terms of Super Prestige, what's the damage? There we are, 58th place with 61 points. Which, if you're following the Gaming Decathlon, that is 6 points, because I divide that by 10. So, small point total to get started. We have yet to get our first win, but at the strength of my sprint trains, I will get one at some point. I will get us far enough ahead. I will get it timed just right. At some point, I will beat out the actual sprinters. For now, the actual sprinters fly by me in that last 100 meters and make it look like I'm on a little kiddie bike with training wheels. But at some point, we will get there. We will get a victory. I know it. But that's going to do it for this episode of Decathlon Gamer. And remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe and tune in next time on my road to the record. Bye for now.